This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the fast and easy way to make a beautiful website. Hello, it's another day. I am just getting kind of set up. It's the afternoon. I'm having lunch. I'm actually shooting in the loft today, so I'll just show you a little bit of it behind the scenes. I haven't done that in a while. I have a campaign. I just got contracted for a year-long ambassadorship with one of my favorite kind of luxury brands. So I'm shooting the first round of content for them, I guess, and it's really exciting. It's nice for work to pick back up a little bit. It's kind of been up and down. I've had enough stuff to keep me busy, a lot of stuff on YouTube, which is great. It's always good to have like a regular sponsor and, you know, keep these vlogs going. But in terms of Instagram work, it's been picking up slowly, but I'm excited to kind of shoot some, I guess, nicer photos. I haven't really gotten like the DSLR or anything like that out in a while. Everything's kind of been shot on iPhone, so we're going to try and get creative. The day's already been quite long though. I am just warming up now. I was out sitting outside my favorite coffee shop, like local coffee shop, to upload last week's Sunday vlog because my internet is like, the download speed's fine, but the upload speed was like, I've been trying to upload the vlog basically for like a full 24 hours and it was just not happening. So I decided to just cut my losses, go to the coffee shop, chance using their Wi-Fi, and managed to get it up. So I stopped at La Cantine. They were doing this special lentil butternut squash stew, and then I just came home and put a poached egg on it, one of those gorge like amber yolk blue eggs. Yeah, this will be my little clip, my little activity for the day for the vlog. Anyway, heatless waves just got taken out. I'm gonna go clean myself up, maybe put on a nice outfit, style this jewellery, and hopefully look like a brand new bee once you see me. Alright, I have made myself up a little bit. Ooh, a little overexposed. Really simple makeup, so I always have to have some good music for shooting, getting in the zone. But yeah, I have the jewellery on now. I've cleaned myself up a little bit. I'm just doing simple makeup for shoot number 1. We're going to try and aim for 2 today, but I don't know, light depending. Light's pushing on and self-shooting takes a lot longer, let me tell you, but I'm all set up. I'm shooting on my Canon 60 Mark III with a 24 to 105 millimeter red lens. Really beautiful lens for shooting portrait. Wish I had a bit more of an f-stop. I have my little area set up. I'm just going to try and do a simple, clean, nice, well executed portrait, so we'll see how it goes. And if we're lucky and we're efficient, we might get 2 shoots done today. That would be excellent because it means I won't have to work tomorrow morning. But yeah, I'm gonna blast on some music and pound out some nice photos, hopefully. Watch me just pose my little ass off. All right, let's do this. I am back. It's a different day. I figured I'd just put together a bunch of different clips of, I don't know, just make it an all-round photography vlog, I feel like. So you saw me self-shooting the other day, and today Aoife is helping me shoot, who is my very good mate from Belfast. Love a Belfast accent. Spent 3 years there, so it's very close to my heart. And the girl's good crack, and she can also take an amazing photo. So we've been helping each other with some Instagrams and things like that. I've just finished filming in the loft, and it's already kind of like 4:30, so we're gonna get out and see if we can shoot anything decent on this dull ass day. I don't know, I get asked quite a lot like what my job is, and it's a scope of a bunch of different things. Sometimes I'm self-shooting, sometimes I'm shooting other people or other things or other brands that I have in the past, and sometimes people are on board helping me shoot. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of show you a little bit of that behind the scenes in this vlog and kind of give you something more than just the film review, which will be coming very, very shortly. But I just thought this would be kind of a fun couple of clips to throw in with.
I should be out, has been closed, not there.
Oh, God forbid, it's closed.
Closing it all.
Well, I forgot to film us, but we have all our stuff, we're done shooting. Yeah, it's been handy knowing each other, Aoife, hasn't it?
Very handy. Monster gal.
Yeah, no. Where are you from?
Belfast, you're trying to make?
Belfast.
Belfast. No, sorry.
Girl. No, Aoife's been a great help there now. I thought I was going to have to do more tomorrow, but we knocked it out of the park. Despite the light being a bit dodgy, we got it done. Didn't get any behind the scenes though, unfortunately, because, you know, got distracted, but very successful day. Aircon is on. It's actually muggier than it looks outside, but treated myself to a nice dinner after quite a successful shoot day. What do we have here? God, La Cantina are the best. So they're doing a special today. It's a cordon bleu. So there's like chicken, ham and cheese like inside the chicken. It's so salty and so good. And then they ran out of the salad I wanted, so she must have put extra potatoes in for me. Divine. They do these rainbow fried potatoes and they're delicious. I feel like it's not a vlog unless I show a meal from here. Plot twist, I was craving a roast, I made gravy, and here we are. I am comfortable with the energy we have created in the studio today. Got my skincare on, I'm feeling very chill and zen. I thought I'd create a nice cozy atmosphere and do this review in kind of nice dim lighting, very dramatic as per my last little film photo review, because I don't know, I just thought it was quite cozy and nice and intimate, and that is what we strive for on my channel. On the photography chats, look what I just opened. Oh, got a beautiful new book that just arrived, which is a birthday present from one of my like guy friends from back home, and it's so beautiful, and it actually happens to be a photographer that I watched a documentary about. I'm sure some of you caught it on Netflix, and it's on a couple of other platforms a while back, but very interesting character. If you can watch the documentary, I'd highly recommend it. She basically just lived life very under the radar, but was so talented, and it was kind of sad that she didn't live long enough to see her work recognized, but it's absolutely incredible, and it spans so many different styles. It's interesting that none of her work was found until after she passed. Oh yes, feeling very inspired to talk about this roll of photos. Definitely not on the same par, but we try. Before we begin, I'm sure you all know where I'm going with this, but thank you to my sponsor, Squarespace. If you want a new website but you have no idea where to start, Squarespace is your all-in-one platform, from everything from your domain name, your website name, through to the design. You can do it all from the touch of a button at home yourself, and you can have a professional looking website in no time. Can't recommend it more. It's really quick to get the hang of it, and it's just a beautiful way to design a website. The templates are elegant and professional looking. They're very responsive, so they look great on all your devices, and I just can't recommend their service more. So if you are in the need of a blog, an e-shop, an e-commerce site, or just somewhere to display your work like a portfolio, maybe you're into photography as well, then do check out my link, squarespace.com/Termer, for a free 14-day trial. You can try out the service yourself, and if you end up wanting to push your site live, you can use my code Termer at checkout for 10% off your future billing. I will leave all of the information in the description below, but also thank you to anyone who's used my link or my code in the past. I've got some great feedback. Unlike my California photos review, there's obviously like not a theme to these rolls. They're just random 3 rolls that I took over the last month or so, and we're off to a great start. Only joking, it's the start of a roll. The first photo or two are always kind of burner. Most of the first roll were photos just taken around my neighborhood, just random days out with friends, so I know for a fact there's a lot of nice portraits in here. First photo in the roll is just a nice neighborhood moment. I remember this girl walking past in the red jacket and just thinking, wow, this is going to pop so much in the photo. So I just about caught her. I would have liked her a bit closer, but I really like her jacket against the blue. So the thing I didn't realize about my contacts till after, like maybe towards the end of California, was that you can actually change the aperture by like switching the ring, and that's how you put the flash on and everything like that. I don't know, I didn't do a lot of research into my contacts before getting it, so I kind of learned everything the hard way. But I was shooting on 2.8 for most of the California trip, which meant a lot of the photos with the lighting conditions, I think I was shooting on Portrait 400, were very not really in focus, but it kind of gave a nice dreamy look to the photos. But after I obviously realized that I had the options of like 4 and 4.8, it really helped with overexposure, but also makes sure that more is in focus with kind of less effort without having to stay as still. These really nice, crisp, fun portraits. This is one of the lovely employees at La Cantine, which you know I just ate at. Aoife, who you would have seen earlier today, but I really love these two portraits, both outside the same calf, and like the skin tones on the portrait really shone in these photos, and I didn't get to see how nice the film actually was for that in the California rolls, so I was quite excited to get these back. Just for the laws, here's a little birthday snap from our paint and pasta night. Side temple vein, extra popping from all of the laughter, but it was a good birthday, guys. It was a good birthday. If you haven't caught that last vlog, I would definitely recommend it, but I'm pretty sure that this was the portrait film still, but with the flash on, so you can kind of see how the skin tone, because portrait is really made for a very specific skin tone look. I love this portrait of Natalia. I actually took another really lovely one of her as well. This was actually on her birthday a week prior. We went for a really nice brunch together at Rule of Thirds in Brooklyn, which you've also would have seen in a vlog. Taking candid photos of people, like I'll always take like 2 or 3 in between ones, and it's always the non-posed ones which are my favorite. I think she was doing something like Tara, no more photos, and it's just that very, like, I love that movement in a photo that just isn't too posed. So yes, all for the candids. I also really just like this shot from the restaurant itself. I just thought it was a mood, it was a look. I also had a bit of a walk around. This is Williamsburg. I really love the tones of this photo. I think it came out pretty well contrasted. Again, I think shooting on aperture 4 on this camera for most of the photos seems to just work well with any of the film that I have been using. It's just been coming out a little bit crisper, a little bit more reliable, I would say. This is the kind of photo I feel like I'll look back on one day and just think, wow, I lived in Brooklyn, and once upon a time the New York skyline was in the distance and we were walking around wearing masks in a pandemic. What a time to be alive. One more, this is from the Joe's Pizza in Williamsburg, very popular pizza chain in the city, and the guys are always the friendliest. There's so much banter, so much crack, and always up for a good laugh, so I got the thumbs up for this photo. But I kind of like that it's not perfectly in focus. It has that nostalgic New York look to it that I like. Speaking of some nostalgia in New York, I pretty much spent this whole entire next roll just taking photos of New York City. I had 1 or 2 days, one of them was like super rainy. I feel like I liked better in real life. Maybe if I had a 50mm lens, it would have came out how I envisioned, but I just think the whole greenery kind of contrasted with the harshness of the subway station and the fluorescent lighting. I don't know, there was just something I liked about it. I had to take a couple of photos of Radio City. I was walking around Midtown, it was rainy, it was moody. I kind of loved it. I don't love Midtown as a vibe. Radio City is hard to photograph though on 35mm lenses. It's so hard to like fit everything and make it look good. Kind of like that there's a man walking halfway past. I like the taxi kind of turn in the corner. This was my attempt at fitting it all in, but as you can see, I didn't do a great job. This day I ended up just walking to Grand Central Station. I stopped in Bryant Park and had a coffee and just sat. And I don't know, I don't love the colors in this, but I love the scene. I think maybe if I turn it black and white, it has potential. So we'll see. I'll put it up if it looks any better. Times Square and the chaos that it usually is, quite interesting. I don't know, that part of the city is just lit up. Something about it nearly wants to like draw you down there. Fifth Avenue and 42nd Street. A little bit of a foggy Chrysler building, lots of people with their umbrellas. I'll be honest, I just love taking photos of people with umbrellas in New York. It's always comes out fun. I mean, this one is missing a kind of a focal point, but I still like it. It's a nice memory of New York. I actually love this photo of the Chrysler building. I think it's such a classic photo. I like how the American flag looks in it. I had one shot to take the photo, and I'm glad that so much of it came out in focus. I'm hoping for this Grand Central photo to come out good, but man, I should have went up and got some height on it because this photo just looks dead. However, I did take a bunch of photos down in the platform on like by the trains themselves. Subways are not as busy as they usually are, so even just not seeing anyone queuing for the next train is kind of weird, but kind of makes for a very unchaotic subway shot, which I kind of enjoyed. This one was a fail. It was just the lighting was completely off. I don't know why sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. All a fail. I was trying to get some like moving shots, literally did not capture anything. Kind of had this little moment here. The two people almost look like they're in a picture frame, but everything's just like moving so quick and they're relatively in focus like compared to everything else. There's something I like about it. It just didn't quite come together. Same with this inside shot, just completely blurry. I even think it was because of the movement of the train. I think I was just so nervous taking the photo like a weirdo that I just didn't quite get the shot. Okay, so this is one of my favorite photos from the roll. It's another example of how a photo that I envisioned didn't quite come to fruition, but I actually got something better. I love how floaty everyone looks. It feels very like lost in translation. Like I wasn't even trying to do like a low shutter speed look. It just came out that way, I guess, with everyone just moving so fast, and I think it captures the hustle and bustle of how subway stations can be. Like you can almost feel people brushing past each other and everything's just moving so fast, but it gave this sort of dreamy look to it. And I took the photo a couple of times and it didn't come out as nice as that particular time. It was almost the same, but it just didn't quite have the same magic. I did get one that was completely in focus, which I do like, but again, there's nothing special about it. And for me, it's the original one that I talked about that really hits all the mark for me. With this one, the effect is similar, but the placement of the people and the timing isn't quite right, and it just goes to show that there's a lot of elements involved in getting like that magic shot. And I just really love how this one came out in terms of how the people are spaced out and just how your eye kind of travels across the photo differently. There's a balance to it that I like. Feels so worth it for that one shot sometimes. That's me trying not to think about the price tag of actually developing all these photos. Also, out of all the train ones, this one was my favorite. I would probably put this photo together, this photo together, and this photo together. I think there's just movement in all of them and they tell a nice little three-part story. My amateur eyes anyway. This is from the last row, so a couple of nice shots from Soho. This was on Fuji 200 because I handed it right in at the end of the last vlog. This is one of my favorite viewpoints. Again, I probably would have preferred it on a 50mm lens. I remember getting some photo and video in the same spot on my phone, and all the like pigeons were just doing this gorgeous little dance and they were going around and around, and they just kept doing it, and I didn't get it on film. I would have loved to have gotten it on film. It's a tiny little spot. It's called Digital Solutions, Bleecker Digital Solutions. It's in my last vlog again. There's nothing magic about this photo, but I think it's just kind of ironic that I'm taking a film photo in the film shop and also everyone is staring down the barrel at me, like you could feel the my absolute favorite view of Soho, the classic Broadway straight shot. Didn't quite have the impact on, you know, just the fixed 35mm lens that are on these. However, I do love that just classic shot while you're crossing the road straight down the middle. My favorite shot though out of all of them was this girl. She had a really cool style. I wish she was more in the photograph, but how the light is just cutting across all the buildings. This is my favorite photo just because it's so like me. I have a deeply poetic side to me. I'm like I just romanticize everything. It's basically my job to romanticize literally every aspect of life apart from cleaning my toilet. I really love taking pictures of all of like the little poetic moments written and painted and spray painted on the streets of New York, and I always stop. It says, "Last night was the last night of my past life." I think there was just a nice message in it. It's also Scorpio season, so it's the season of death and rebirth, and a lot of us are ending chapters and starting new ones, and it's kind of like, I don't know, forces you to dig deep. Oh my god, trust me to bring in astrology somehow. It's not a tarot vlog unless there's a astrology tidbit at the end. There was a bonus one that went up on Thursday, kind of a fashion style vlog, some new pieces that I enjoy talking about, so if you missed that, I leave that below along with my previous vlog and my other vlog that I did a little film segment in as well. Don't forget, you can catch me on Instagram for your during the week fill, but I hope you all have a fantastic upcoming week. I hope the bad weather isn't getting you down too much, or that you plan some coziness to make the most of it, and I will see you guys when I see you.